Hi guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena, where we are going to be taking a look at the Tier 8 Roman very heavy cavalry that we've got with these Italian nobles. So I have done a video on these guys before, but I thought it was about time I revisited them. I actually just revisited them just for fun of playing them and really enjoyed them, and then I thought, well, I might as well do another video on them, and I'm glad I did, because they are really good fun to play. So I'm actually yet not even fully upgraded with these guys. We have got the full weapon upgrade, which is obviously one of the most important things to go for straight away, because that really is where they excel at. They have amazing aggression points. That's great for that. And then I've started to go down. I've got the first body armor upgrade, which probably gives the biggest initial charge boost. We're going to get a bit more body armor and a bit more melee defense later on with the next upgrade, and then the greaves and possibly the helmet if I decide to go for that as well. But I think it carries over to the tier 9. Which it does, so I probably will be going for that. So, why are these guys so good and so dominant at tier 8 for cavalry, and why do I like them considering that they don't really fit my playstyle? Because obviously, if you've watched my channel for a while, I'm all about speed and flexibility and choice, which is pretty much everything these cavalry don't have. Because, in essence, they are probably the slowest cavalry at tier 8, and they have no cavalry dash, no boost, a charge with quite a long cooldown. So they really don't have a lot of options in the traditional sense of the word flexibility. But the one thing they do have is just amazing everything else. So let's just start with the aggression. Pretty amazing. First, the melee attack, what's that? Like 170, 171. Really high, really high. It means they can really get good damage in really quite easily. And then when they do land hits, their damage potential, their weapon damage is just truly awesome. That's 273. I mean, that easily exceeds any sort of body armor you're going to be facing off against. Makes them brilliant in cavalry fights because they're easily the highest damaging cavalry at tier 8. Just makes them absolutely perfect. Then to offset that, they also have pretty amazing body armor values as well. What's that, 155? And I'm not fully upgraded yet. We're going to be getting another 5 from that, another 5 from that, so that's 165, and another 3 from that, so 168. So it's amazing how much you can get that up. It's going to be 168 on the body armor, plus then you're getting the 33 from the shield armor. There are no shield upgrades. So, your body armor value is going to be almost pushing towards 200. Which means you're going to absorb a lot of damage as well when you're facing off against enemy cavalry while dealing out really high damage. So that makes them just really quite perfect. But on top of that, and the more sort of hidden statistic side of things that you don't really see, is their melee defense is insanely high. 74 plus 16, what's that, 90 on a melee defense is really quite high. And once you combine that with Oath of Perseverance as well, it means they can be really quite hard to kill if you can get them sort of all activated in a fight, because that's negating the chance of the enemy landing a hit on you. So that means that's going to be working out really quite well for them. That means that's why they're so sort of tough, they're so survivable in a fight. And that's ultimately what makes these guys good, really, is the fact that even though you can outmaneuver them, you can outflank them, you can, any other cavalry can pick the choice of the engagements. These guys are pretty just determined when anyone wants to fight you. I can't catch barbarian cavalry, I can't catch Greek cavalry, I can't catch any other cavalry. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they're just really hard to kill. I mean, even the archers don't really get a lot of damage against them because their body armor is so high. So it means you're just going to do penetration damage. And they always also have really nice missile block chance as well, 66. So they're really just hard to kill, and that's what makes them good. So if you can get these guys stuck into a cav fight, they do really well against enemy cavalry. And that's kind of why I like them. I think I've rambled more than enough already. Obviously, Scipio is pretty much fully upgraded. All I'm missing is some extra morale, but Oath of Perseverance adds so much morale already. 124. I don't need to worry about more morale, and the cooldown time, well, don't really care about that. So yes, let's hop into a battle with them and see if we can go and mow down some barbarian cavalry. So we have loaded in with our Roman cavalry. Where on earth am I going to go? I think we'll have a look up here. So yeah, as I said at the start, I have been quite enjoying these guys, these sort of past sort of 5-10 matches. I always feel like they can be a bit hit and miss. You're a bad cavalry, but you're a good fast infantry, I think is the way to think of them, I'm finding. So let's just see how we go on. There's a handful of tier 7s on our team, so hopefully the enemy's also got sort of a similar sort of number. Is what we really don't want to happen is to get caught by Greek cavalry in a charge, something like that. Barbarians like this, I would happily take in a charge, In fact, I'm surprised they're doing that, to be honest. That's a bit of a rash couple of moves. In fact, some would say that's a very rash couple of moves, because I'm hopefully going to be able to bottle them up. We'll send one unit over there. And let's send first and third units around on a little bit of manoeuvre. Surely they're not going to let them get away. You fools. Damn it! I really wanted to catch them. What have we got behind us? Oh, gosh. More Italian nobles. No, we don't really want to be facing them if we can help it. I would rather be fighting these barbarians. So let's pull back to our own sort of supporting cavalry. You know, we can fight them, and I think would stand a reasonable chance. It looked like they weren't quite fully upgraded. That's what I was having a quick flick through their stats there, you know, right at the start. That's what I was trying to see. But, you know, to be honest, I don't want to throw my whole unit away to beat an enemy who I think I can probably beat anyway. We've got a really long charge with these guys. That's why I'm charging so early. Whoosh, look at that. 6,000 damage. No need to oath perseverance in any of these people. I don't want to waste it. No sense. And that was that. Okay. Well, that was pretty much point whoring to the nth degree. I really didn't need to do that. But still, engaged 500 points actually on aggression. We took out quite a lot of unit on that charge. So let's see how we're going to do what we're going to do next. What can we contribute? So there's quite a cav fight. Well, actually a hell of a cav fight going on up here. What have we got? Some Italian nobles who are dying. Blood Riders, more Italian nobles. There's a lot of cavalry on the enemy team. There's a fair chunk on our team, but... so let's think about what we're going to do over there. Let's have all our units going one way, rather than everyone coming from 27 different angles. Let's spread ourselves out and look for our next engagement. Looks like those Italian nobles have engaged here in the centre of the map. Probably not worth it for them, although it is going to enable our allies to get the enemy to get some good slinger shots, so maybe it will be worth it for them. But I'm mostly heading for this big old engagement that's going on down here. This is one of the problems with these guys, you know, the big limitations is their speed. They're really, really slow. And it feels it, particularly on a map like this where there's a lot of forest, a lot of poor terrain, you know, that really doesn't give us much in the way of advantage. No, I cannot catch people like those Nufheim Riders, those tier 8 barbarians. If I can get them into a fight, I'll be happy to fight them, but actually forcing them to fight is entirely their prerogative. I don't have the speed to be able to catch them in any way. You saw how quickly they get away from us. Nothing I can do about that. So, you know, that's one problem with these guys, is that your choices are kind of dictated by your enemy's movements. Because, you know, obviously they're slow. They feel slow. Come on. Particularly even compared to the Carthaginians, these guys feel slow. So what we're going to be forcing a fight with, some Greek cavalry and some other Italian nobles. I'm not entirely sure this is a tremendously good idea, but we have got more support coming in.
Charge!
Are we going to win that? No, we're not. Oops, you go in there. A bit late on the charge there. Oh, we got it though because they were even slower. Let's bring this unit round. Don't need to get everyone engaged at once. Let's bring you round. I'm a bit worried about those Greeks. I can't deny. We'll commit you to that fight a bit more permanently. They've gone into oath as well, which is, you know, the right move for them. Bring these guys around the back, go for the charge. I'm not going to get a lot of damage in that charge, I don't think, but we'll take it anyway. So how's this gun going down here? We'll oath with them as well. So I'm just trying to manage my various abilities now. We're cutting this guy down fairly comfortably by the looks of it. Let's get our official strikes going. Thankfully, that enemy Greek cavalry, which really is a prime opportunity for them to charge into me now, has decided not to for whatever reason, basically just to ignore me. Although there they are. Having just said that, maybe I've spoken too soon. If we can kill this last bloke here, that's going to free up 2 units, which will be nice. Keep our abilities going. Right, nice. So we've got these guys free again now. So are those Greeks going to engage them? Ideally they will. I don't know why these Romans don't just turn now, particularly now they've missed that charge there, which is perfect for us. So come on guys, we need your speed now. This is where you need a dash. What else have we got? Blood Raiders, I'm not worried about them. Let's finish off those guys there. Once they're dead, we'll get these guys also committed as well. It looks like we're capping out the enemy base fairly quickly now. Oh, they're going to get away. They're going to have a hammer back, aren't they?
Charge them down!
Oh, they didn't. Surprising.
For Rome!
Let's try and get as much damage on these guys as we can. Bring down our second unit. I mean, this sort of thing, these Romans are just wonderful. They just cut enemies down so ruthlessly. You know, they're just brilliant at this sort of stuff. And it's just easy to get nice amounts of points. So let's get stuck in with these Blood Raiders. If we can. Oh, I've got my cooldown on my... We're not going to get a charge off there. That hurt a little bit. I was still on cooldown on my charge. Let's bring our second unit round. Looks like we're going to cap out the enemy base. I'd almost rather they decapped us, to be honest, so I can have another go. Why are these Blood Riders all clumped up like this? You know, they should have probably kept a unit back because they know, obviously, I'm going to charge them. Oh, I'm going to get hit by Greeks, though, now. Having just said that, that's going to hurt. Yes, that did hurt. to keep our buff going, trying to keep our buff cycle. We should be able to kill these Blood Riders fairly easily. I'm surprised we've not managed to get one of them to rout, to be honest. There we go, minus 18. Ah, dear. We're not having a lot of luck getting the kills, are we? But you can see the amount of damage we're doing is tremendous. We're going to have to face these Greeks again very shortly, I think. There we go, there's one. And there goes the second one. Nice. Okay, so that was good. So by coming back as well, we've kept our base secure, because obviously if we hadn't have come back over, we'd have... this is going to hurt. Hope he messes up his charge, which he did. It was a waste of my own charge, and I probably now can't actually catch them. Because they've got a dash, they can probably outpace me, but at least we managed to avoid their hammer, which is obviously what we want to be doing. I wasn't in a particularly perfect arrangement, they'd have slammed right into me if I had to move there. Let's keep ourselves moving. Yeah, so we came back, so we did enough to protect our base, because otherwise there have been quite a few enemy cavalry units who could have started capping, and there's really nothing else around here, so I think coming back was probably the right thing to this fight over here. And these guys are perfect for fighting enemy cavalry. You can see the amount of aggression we can get pretty easily. Just wish they had a blimmin' dash, because they're just so slow. So yeah, so we've got those Greeks loitering around somewhere. We don't quite know where they are. Let's go up to this observation point. I suspect the Greeks are probably pulling right back, maybe, and just don't want to fight us at all. But we're still a fairly long way away. There's something up here which is providing observation. Yeah, so those Greeks are just pulling back completely. I don't know what's up here. Probably one of these infantry that haven't been spotted. I don't know why he'd just be waiting his unit there. These handful of... yeah, those Romans are not going to last very long. And those Greeks, I think we are not going to be able to catch up with by the looks of things, because we're just too far behind now. Maybe go and find this unit over here, although I suspect, given the situation, we're probably going to end up capping out pretty quickly. Now, the amount of units we've got in their base, I think this is a pretty much secured win. So I think actually gives a pretty decent overview of what these Romans are like at tier 8. They're just brilliant, because they're just everything you want bar the speed. In terms of a heavy infantry, they are just brilliant. There we go, there's a victory with the capture. You know, they got that really great aggression damage, the great body armour, and so the more the hidden stats of that melee defence is really high as well. You know, in a cavalry fight, once you get into that fight, you saw how easily we munched through those enemy Blood Riders, those tier 7 barbarian cavalry. You know, we took very, very little damage from them in terms of turn, apart from the charge that they got off us initially, which was very good on their part. I just got caught on a cooldown. You know, the amount of damage we did once we got into combat was very good compared to the little bit they got off on me. So once you get these guys stuck in, they're just absolutely brilliant, really. And that's, I think, why I enjoy them so much. And of course, I'm not even fully ready yet. I've still got quite a few bits to come on the upgrades. You know, we're going to get more body armor when we get into this, more charging, but and a little bit even more melee defense as well, by the looks of it. And we get even a bit more with the cavalry greaves, and I think if we go for the helmet, you get even more as well. So quite a lot still to unlock. And yeah, I can see why now these are probably one of the most common units played at tier 8. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know what you think about these Roman cavalry in the comments down below. Have you had to face off against them and struggled against them? Because they are really hard to kill. And if you have, let me know what you think. So yes, please give the video a like, and I shall see you all on the next video.